In part one, we reach the starting line. The idea is there, the goal is clear, and yet something still feels wrong. You know what you want to do. You even know the first step. But somehow that first step feels much bigger than it should. And this is where something interesting happens. Your brain doesn't necessarily see the task the way you do. You might look at a project and think, I just need to get started. But your brain sees everything that comes after that. The hours, the mistakes, the uncertainty, the possibility that it won't work, the possibility that you won't be good enough. And when all of that gets bundled into one task, starting feels overwhelming. So your brain looks for something easier. You check your phone, you watch another video, you tell yourself you'll start later. And for a moment you feel better. The pressure disappears. But the task hasn't disappeared. It's still waiting for you. This is why telling yourself to just be disciplined doesn't always work. You're trying to fight an enormous task with willpower. There's another approach. Make the task smaller. Instead of telling yourself, I need to build this entire thing, ask, what's the smallest thing I can do right now? Maybe it's opening the document, writing one paragraph, reading 5 pages, spending 15 minutes learning, making one phone call. One small action doesn't feel threatening in the same way. And once you begin, something changes. The task that looked enormous from a distance becomes a series of smaller problems directly in front of you. One paragraph becomes another. 15 minutes becomes 30. One action creates the next, and eventually, something important happens. You're no longer trying to find the motivation to start. You're already moving. But there's something even more interesting about those small actions. Every time you make a promise to yourself and actually keep it, you're creating evidence. Evidence that you can trust yourself. Evidence that you can follow through. And over time, that evidence changes something deeper than your productivity. It changes your identity. You stop seeing yourself as someone who is always planning. You start seeing yourself as someone who acts. And that's where confidence begins. Not because you suddenly feel fearless, but because you've given yourself a reason to believe you can handle what comes next. So, the next time you catch yourself staring at something you've been avoiding, don't ask, how do I finish this? Ask, what's the smallest step I can take right now? Because sometimes the distance between where you are and where you want to be isn't one giant leap. It's a series of very small decisions. But there's a problem. Even after you learn how to start, your mind has another weapon, and this one is much harder to recognize. Perfectionism. That's where we'll go in part 3. Mindset. Mechanics 101. I'll see you there.